Hello my beautiful friends and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. As you may have seen in a previous video of mine, I went through and purged all of my palettes. I will link that video down below if you missed that. And in conjunction with that project, what I decided to do, at least for a while, is use one palette for an entire week. That way I'm really getting to know my palettes and making sure that they're getting the love and attention that they deserve. And also that keeps me from getting bored and making me go out to Sephora or Ulta's website to see what else is new. This week's palette has been Urban Decay Born to Run. I think just about everybody is familiar with this palette. It has so many colors. You can do so many different looks with this palette. I'm going to insert some pictures here where I've done a neutral look, an orangey look, a look I called Pretty in Pink. And also today's look is also out of this palette, and I will happily show you how I did it. To do my look today, I am going to start with Still Shot in my crease, and I am just going to pick up the lightest bit. I don't really want it to read so much as orange as just warmth. It's really going to set off that blue nicely, right? Orange and blue are across from each other in the color wheel. And I'm just going above my natural crease, and you can see that that has barely shown up. In fact, I may have overshot on how little that showed up. I am going to try picking up a little Baja, that darker color. Again, just the most minimal, tapping it off and going in with that. This is just a fluffy crease brush. I think this one happens to be by Morphe. Okay, and once again, I feel like now I've overshot. So we'll just really work it in. Sheer it out, right? It's just makeup, right? If we mess up so badly, either we work with it and make it look like that's what we meant to do, or we wash it off. It's no big deal. Okay, there. Now that one has sheared out as I was hoping it would. So again, just a light tap, tap it off, and above the natural crease. Okay. This is a matte shade, and I am finding that it doesn't, I mean, I certainly can blend it, but it's not a super smooth matte shade. It's definitely taking some work and a lot of repeat effort to get this to blend in the way I want it to. But in the end, it is giving me that nice light wash of color that I am going for. All right, so that's what Baja has looked like. Now, as I mentioned, there's so many fun colors in here, and today I want to play with Big Sky, the lighter blue, and Radio, the darker blue. And I think what I'm going to do is take a small eyeshadow brush and start with Big Sky, the lighter blue, and this one is going to go in the middle of the movable part of my eyelid. Start down near the lash line and just work my way up to my natural crease. That's such a pretty color. So lovely for spring. And doing it again here on the other side. So again, lash line up to the movable part of the crease. All right, now let's go to the outer corner. And this is a small angled brush. Honestly, if I had another small shadow brush here, I would use that one, but this is what I've got. And I'm gonna pick up Radio and definitely tap that off. And now I'm just doing the outer corner, same thing from the lash line to the crease. And really just packing that in there, patting it. Okay, and I want to pick up some more of that color. I'm finding like I'm getting it on there and there's not a whole lot of difference. And I do want there to be a noticeable difference between the two. So going back in to really build up that darker blue. Okay. And again, here it's just building the color. This is not the final placement. That's going to come when we clean up with blending and correcting. Right now, it's just packing on that color. Now, I did notice that I feel like I did a lot better job on this side than I did on this side. This side, it crept up there. And I am going to take this small stiff brush and see if I can't kind of work that back down. Really was not what I wanted. Okay, I've got my Shape Tape concealer and I am going to take the smallest dab that I can. Dab that out there and take a brush, pretty compact, and just tap that in, kind of like whiteout. Remember whiteout for correcting mistakes on typewriters? Yep, I'm old. Okay, there. Oh. Look how well that worked. Okay, now what that does mean though is you need a little, stuff's going everywhere. You need a little bit more Baja out here. Just, I am trying with the softest hand. There we go. Okay, how'd I do? I think I did pretty well evening that up. Now for the inner third, I would like something bright, and I'm debating between Stranded and Blaze. Honestly, in the pan, I mean, look in the pan. They look so close. And clearly I've used both, but you know what? Let's just swatch them. Right? When in doubt, swatch. Okay, and that's how they swatch, and it looks like on camera you can barely even see Blaze. This one's Blaze, the top one. The bottom one is Stranded. Ooh. Maybe I'll use them both. Okay, so I'm going Blaze, Stranded, Blaze, Stranded, Blaze, Stranded on the pinky, and then just putting that on that inner third. Okay? Same thing with the other pinky, Blaze, Stranded, and inner third. Okay, now that I've got everything on there, it's time to clean it up a little bit. So I am going to take a small angled brush and pull some of that Blaze Stranded combination into Big Sky, just to kind of blur that transition a bit. And the outer corners, I feel like that kind of became a bit of a hot mess. See on this side where it's really crept up? Not what I was going for. So, Shape Tape. Just a dot. Okay, going over. Okay, going for a little bit more of a dot. There we go. All right. Going back in with this chisel brush and really just kind of tapping it. This is a riff on a cut crease, right? Normally the cut crease, you'd put concealer below the crease of the lid to kind of white out everything and make a really great clean canvas for whatever you wanted to do down there. So this is a reverse, as I said before, trying to do it like white out. Okay, we'll give that a second to set up and then we'll go back in with Baja to sort of put it more like I wanted to. And now for under the eyes. Well, taking another angled brush, and I'm going to start with Radio, the darker blue, and do that right in the corner and then about a third of the way out. And I'll do that on the other side. All right. And now I'm going to go in with Big Sky, the lighter, and come across the next third under the center of my eye with Big Sky. Okay. And let's get the other side. And I'm doing this just kind of get an ombre effect. Also have something a little bit lighter coming across so my lower lid doesn't feel so heavy. Okay. That might just be really, really subtle. Might have just put the B back in subtle, but yeah, I think it's going to be good. All right, so I have some Baja left on my fluffy brush, and so now I'm just going to go over where I put down the Shape Tape. Okay, I think I have to pick up I just tapped this into the Baja to pick up a little bit more. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay. The last thing I want to do is something under the arch of my brows, and I'm looking for sort of a clean brush. Okay, this is a little overkill perhaps. This is a small shader brush, but you know what? You can make almost any brush do almost anything. You just maybe have to be a little more careful. So I'm going to go in with Breakaway, this matte highlighting shade, and just hitting that arch of my brow. Oh, that's lovely. That's just a nice little lift there. And I'm going to do the same thing and hit the inside of my eye, corner of my eye there. Just for a little brightening. All right. Well, I'm going to go do mascara and lips and then I'll be back. Well, I finished up my look with some mascara, and on my cheeks today I have the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Captivating, which is a nice warm peachy tone. And on my lips, I have lined with Ulta lip liner in Rustic, and then I have a Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss in Dirty Dancer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoyed it, would you please consider subscribing? I would really appreciate that. I post every Monday and Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a really fabulous day.